Clapperboard, video script, rare 1986p quarter worth thousands? Hidden treasure in your pocket. Musical note, exciting upbeat music playing. Studio microphone intro, midnight to 0:15. Stop scrolling, because what you're about to learn could put hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket. Yes, you heard that right. That old 1986 quarter rattling around in your junk drawer? It could be worth a small fortune. And if it has just a few rare features, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Moneybag fire. Eyes, stick with me until the end of this video, because I'm breaking down everything you need to know about the 1986p quarter, from its shocking backstory to the exact details that make collectors pay up to six figures. Magnifying glass tilted left. Section 1, background of the 1986p quarter, 0:16 to 1:20. The 1986 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P might seem ordinary at first glance. It was struck in huge numbers. Over 551 million coins were minted that year at the Philadelphia Mint. So how could a coin that common be worth anything close to $100,000 or more? The answer lies in rarity through error, preservation, and collector demand. While most of these quarters are only worth face value, a tiny number have dramatic mint errors, perfect mint state grades, or unique die varieties that make them stand out in the world of numismatics. Collectors and auction houses are constantly on the lookout for specific high-value examples, and some have fetched jaw-dropping prices under the hammer. Gemstone. Section 2, what makes the 1986p quarter valuable? 1:21 to 3 o'clock. Let's break it down. Here are the key factors that can send the value of a 1986p quarter soaring into the hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mint errors. Rare minting mistakes can skyrocket a coin's value. Look for things like off-center strikes, double die obverse, DDO, or reverse, DDR, clipped planchets, die cracks or cuds, struck on the wrong planchet, e.g., nickel or foreign coin. White heavy checkmark. Example, a 1986p quarter struck 10% off-center with sharp detail once sold for over $2,500 at auction. High-grade / mint state, MS67 or higher. Quarters that have never been circulated and are in near-perfect condition are incredibly rare from this era. Fire. Only a handful of 1986p quarters have been graded MS67 Plus or MS68 by PCGS or NGC, and those coins can command $4,000 to $15,000 or more, depending on eye appeal and demand. Full strike with satin luster. Quarters with crisp details and full strike, especially the hare and eagle feathers, are extremely sought after. Die variety / RPM / DDO. If your 1986p quarter has subtle doubling in the letters or date, it could be a double die obverse. These varieties can bring thousands from serious collectors. Moneybag. Section 3, record sales and auction results, 3:01 to 4:30. Here's where it gets really exciting. Let's talk about the biggest paydays involving this coin. A 1986p quarter graded MS67 Plus by PCGS sold for over $12,000 in a heritage auction sale. That's right, $12,000 for a coin you could find in your change. A mint error 1986p struck on a nickel planchet brought in over $5,500. Other off-center and dramatic error examples have sold for $1,000 to $3,000 consistently over the last few years. Collision. And guess what? The market for rare US quarters is hotter than ever, especially with younger collectors getting into the game. Magnifying glass tilted left. Section 4, how to identify a rare one, 4:31 to 5:30. So how do you know if you've got one of the rare 1986p quarters? Here's a checklist. White heavy checkmark. Look for the P mint mark, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. White heavy checkmark. Check the overall condition, no scratches, wear, or tarnish? You might have a high-grade coin. White heavy checkmark. Use a magnifier to inspect for doubling on the date or lettering. White heavy checkmark. Compare your coin to photos of known errors. White heavy checkmark. If you're unsure, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Grading can turn a $20 coin into a $20,000 one. Direct hit conclusion and call to action, 5:31 to 6 o'clock. So the next time you get change back at the store, don't overlook those quarters. Your 1986p might just be one of the few that could be worth tens of thousands, or even more. Money mouth face. Loudspeaker, smash that like button if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more hidden coin treasure guides. Drop a comment if you think you found one of these rare gems, and I'll personally help you figure out its value.